don't mind.
Yes, sir. Reincarnated.
Que reflejan tu mirada.
Thank you, Amanda.
La noche tú y yo.
Classic drum break.
Fire burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation, I was 4 years old. Truth be told, I've been battling myself, trying to navigate the real and fake, cynical about the judgment day. I did past life progression last year and it fucked me up. Reincarnated on this earth for 100 plus. Body after body, lesson after lesson. Let's take it back to Michigan in 1947. My father kicked me out the house cause I wouldn't listen to him. I didn't care about his influence, only loved what I was doing. Gifted as a musician, I play guitar on the grand level. The most talented where I'm from, but I had to rebel. And so I'm off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world. With my guitar up on my hip, that's the story unfurl. I found myself with a pocket full of money and a whole lot of respect. While the record business loved me, I was head of rhythm and blues. The women that fell to their feet, so many to choose. But I manipulated power as I lied to the masses. Died with my money, gluttony was too attractive.
I love that part.
The way he did that though, like that's pop, bro.
I love that part, bro. Hey, I love that part, bro.
I'm off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world. With my guitar up on my hip, that's the story unfurl. I found myself with a pocket full of money and a whole lot of respect. While the record business loved me, I was head of rhythm and blues. The women that fell to their feet, so many to choose. But I manipulated power as I lied to the masses. Died with my money, gluttony was too attractive. Reincarnated.
Oh my goodness.
Life it placed me as a black woman in the chitlin circuit. Seductive vocalist as the promoter hit the curtains. My voice was angelic, straight from heaven, the crowd sobbed. A musical genius, what the articles emphasized. Had everything I wanted, but I couldn't escape addiction. Heroin needles had me in fetal position, restricted. Turned on my family, I went wherever cameras be. Cocaine, no private planes for my insanity. Self-indulged, discipline never been my sentiments, I needed drugs. To me an 8-ball was like penicillin, fuck love. My happiness was in that brown sugar. Sex and melodies gave me hope when nobody's looking. My first assistant was a small town scholar. Never did a quaalude till I got myself around her. My daddy looked the other way, he saw sin in me. I died with syringes pinched in me. Reincarnated. My present life is Kendrick Lamar, a rapper looking at the lyrics to keep you in awe. The only factor I respected was raising the bar. My instincts sent material straight to the charts. My father kicked me out the house, I finally forgive him. I'm old enough to understand the way I was living. Ego and pride had me looking at him with resentment. I close my eyes hoping that I don't come off contentious. I'm yelling, Father, did I finally get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke freely when the people needed me, I helped them. I didn't gloat, even told them no when the vultures came. Took control of my fleshly body when the money changed. Son, you do well, but your heart is closed. I can tell residue that linger from your past creates itself. Father, I'm not perfect, I got urges, but I hold them down. But your pride has to die. Okay, Father, show me how. Tell me every deed that you done and what you do it for. I kept 100 institutions paid. Okay, tell me more. I put 100 hoods on one stage. Okay, tell me more. I'm trying to push peace in LA. But you love war. No, I don't. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, then tell me the truth. Every individual is only a version of you. How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? I could tell you where I'm going. I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven cause you was anxious. Didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. Isaiah 14 was the only thing that was prevalent. My greatest music director was you. It was colors, it was pinks, it was reds, it was blues, it was harmony and motion. I sent you down to earth cause you was broken. Rehabilitation, not psychosis. But now we here now. Centuries you manipulated man with music. Embodied you as superstars to see how you moving. You came a long way from garnishing evilish views. And all I ever wanted from you was love and approval. I learned a lot, no more putting these people in fear. The more that word is diminished, the more it's not real. The more light that I can capture, the more I can feel. I'm using words for inspiration as an ideal. So can you promise that you won't take your gifts for granted? I promise that I use my gifts to bring understanding. For heavy man, woman, and child, how much can you vow? I found my life just to live one in harmony now. You crushed a lot of people keeping their thoughts in captivity. And I'm ashamed that I ever created that enemy. Then let's
That's on heavy, man.
What?
First and foremost, I when I first heard it, I knew what that was. And hearing the route to be honest
Knew
with you, it
what was
wasn't
the sample?
until I went back. Not so much the sample. I mean, obviously the sample, but like when I noticed
I don't think it's
like
right.
what he was actually doing on the record, it wasn't until I went back to social media and just like piece by piece, and I was like, yo, so like, you know, the two different scenarios before he hit himself.
Yeah,
And then
man.
when he gets to himself and really has that honesty and transparency that you know, with himself, like even like the war thing, right? Like he's talking about, he with war, but then a part of him is like with war, and it's like I get like his sentiment with that because war is with the shit you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always gonna be there, but like in all actuality, I care about the peace that you know what I'm saying that I bring when I do the things I do and say the things that I say. So it's more valid with that. And then for him to pay homage to Pac, like the number one thing that the hip hop community talked about was
Terrible.
the direct correlation with Tupac this whole time, and then just for him, for obviously I'll mention Drake in this regard for what he did with Taylor Made. He used Pac in a very uh, disgraceful way, I would say, but
Heard
it
it on the
was
Button
creative
podcast.
too. You know what I'm saying? But it was creative, but it just wasn't honorable. You know what I'm saying? So for
So
him to
wait,
go and do it
what
in
if
the most
Drake
honorable
what
way,
if Drake rapped like Tupac? Like if he did
he
the
can't do
flow.
that. He can't
But
do
I'm
that.
saying, I'm just saying.
So he in a lose-lose situation in that case.
Okay.
Well, he should have did it in the motherfucking first place. But you know what I'm
Or
saying?
that, yeah.
Because that no, bro, that's something I'm serious about, bro.
Mhm.
Like even way before this shit, like I don't like when people touch other people's shit if you don't move correctly, because it just don't like you know what I'm saying. Like it's just why'd you do that?
Stretch, how you feel about that? How you feel about
I mean,
that?
With
that's
this,
all perspective. It's all perspective
it's
because
like
if I feel like I am doing this a disservice, I know that I can't rap in this way because it'd be disrespectful to the West Coast. But I still want to pay homage and still trying to diss somebody from it. I see why somebody wouldn't like it, but I also believe like it was more corny than anything.
It was to me
It
creative.
was creative, but it was creative, but it was more corny than anything.
It was also
it was more
like,
corny than anything.
Okay, a little shock
And it was
value
different.
there.
It was different. It was different. Like it was something like that we hadn't seen, especially with the AI stuff. Like it was different.
Right.
I took when I first originally heard the song, and I heard him using the Tupac. I thought he was going to be more violent and aggressive in the song, like on some like hit 'em up type shit. But when I'm really listening to the song, and from how I'm taking it and my understanding of it, he is speaking from the perspective of the devil. So the devil was an angel in heaven. He he was the angel of music, and then he got kicked out of heaven. When he got kicked out of heaven, if you listen to the song, like if you listen to the separate verses, the first and second verse, he's talking about what he did with those musical powers with separate people. Like he was talking about how he was born in a black man in the 40s, and he was born as a black woman in the 60s, and what they did as musicians as he took these spirits. Because if you listen to him, he said over hundreds of years I got bodies and bodies and bodies and bodies. Like he's talking about all the because you know what they say when we are spirits, we are spirits having a human experience. So when this body dies, our spirit lives on and continues to have another human experience. So as the person, as the spirit that is the devil, I'm hearing him go through these different channels and changes with different people, and how his music is affecting these people like that are doing the music. You know what I'm saying? Like he talked about doing the guitar, and the second lady, she's a singer, and but she her vice is drugs, like whether it's heroin, coke, whatever. And then in the end of the song, you see him trying to change from all of that and maybe progress. But as he's progressing, he's now having conversation with God, and he's like, look, but God, look at what I've done in this person in my present tense. But God's like, yeah, you have done all of these different things, but that's not really who you are. you're really this, you're really that. But he like, no, I'm really trying to change. Like, I'm really trying to be something different. I'm really trying to progress and, you know, use my musical powers for good instead of for evil. And that was some of what I really got out of the song, just that constant back and forth. And even when, because, you know, a lot of times, even in our real lives, when we are dealing with past issues and we're trying to become something different, we have a like buffering period between who we were and who we become and who we are. You know what I'm saying? And even if we aren't what we used to be, we still may have some of those like similar traits or qualities that we had in the past, which is what God is talking about. Like, hey, but you did this, you did that, you did this. But he like, yeah, but look at what I'm trying to do now. Because he is here like in the present, but he's trying to see what he's trying to go forward. So that's what I kind of took from the song, just kind of like that kind of like what Groove was saying before, you know what I'm saying? What is people using in their music and how they influencing it? And are they real? And who are they being influenced by, as well as the energy that is taking place in that? And I seen kind of the devil take over that, you know, into the over time, and how it's trying to, and at the end, how that spirit try to progress and change. Because even if you listen to where he having a back and forth with God, he like, yeah, but when you was in heaven, I gave you everything. You had everything that you could possibly need, and it still wasn't enough. How do I know that this time is for real?
Right.
And that's kind of some of the things that I kind of got out of the song. Like when I really listened to it, like that's some of the things.
Are you saying like on the sense of like I gave you this gift?
Yes, I gave you this gift. Yes.
Yeah, and you chose to do X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. And then which led to me kicking you out in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And putting you on earth.
So basically, you're God's gift, right? That talent that they gave you, and just, you know, doing the right thing with it, in a sense, right? Or
exactly,
not even just the talent, but just in general, I guess, you know, the way life is set up for you, you know, to go a course, you know, that hey, you did that.
Yeah, and I mean, because when I'm listening, because if you like, I mean,
that's a great break.
This song is super rooted in like just religion and, you know, the power, you know what I'm saying? And sure. Like, and you know, Kendrick has always been you know, has always been into like the spirit. Like even when I was listening to the song, like at first, all I could think of when he said in Mr. Morale, he's like, spirit medium, I don't rap, brother. Like that's kind of some of the things that I was getting on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm hearing him speak from this Tupac voice, from this spirit, like in this realm, that's some of the things that I really got out of it. So this is one of my favorite songs on this album.
Oh yeah, for sure. The way he was able to rap like Pac on here, right? But the song also is so much Pac, like that back and forth between wanting to be, you know, this good person, right? But also
good and evil,
going to war, right? That's such a Pac, you know, thing, and that's kind of like one of the things he's known for, right? That like bipolar of sorts. So
exactly,
just getting that here in this song, man, and that flow, goddamn.
And again, because when you originally hear it, you think it's going to be something more aggressive.
Yeah, I actually spoke to somebody that thought that he shouldn't have done Pac's flow on here. I disagree.
I definitely disagree. It made it because, like I say, because at first when you hear it again, you think he about to be taking shots not at Drake, but just like he about to be on a completely different vibe. But when you really listening to it, it's like, oh, he coming at like reincarnated.
I never
like
said I didn't see Black Panther. I didn't hear the soundtrack. I saw Black Panther.
Oh yeah, Black Panther hard.
But my bad, Stretch.
Both of them. No, you good. I just really like that song. I did.